Hello, everyone. This is author, motivational speaker, and dating coach Matthew C. Horn, bringing you a video tonight titled Blocked Part 2, The Energy Shift in Dating. But before we go any further, always know that my videos in the dating space are inspired by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to the new, How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at www.matthewchorne.com. And let's have a conversation tonight. Don't forget, once again, to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and to help me to further and grow the message in the movement. But once again, the title of tonight's video is Blocked Part 2, Energy Shifts in Dating. This particular video is designated for the person you've been dating. Things have accelerated quickly or at a progression and pace that you like. And you notice a shift is happening, meaning that the person is not as into you as they once were. And this happens. This is how people are single. This is how you can meet someone new and you're excited about them, but ultimately something happens and you two part ways. Normally it's because an energy shift has happened in the dating instance and scenario. Now, my advice is to do not look away from this when it happens. You can feel it when the energy shifts and the energy changes. And you've probably been on both sides of it, where you've been dealing with someone and their energy shifted and changed and things sort of just waned, or you lost interest and the energy shifted and changed on your end. But it's something that's common and it's something that happens. Now, what's going to make this noticeable is that you have a healthy amount of self-respect and self-love. That's the way to quickly recognize and acknowledge that there's an energy shift that has happened. And when this happens, you want to not fire any warning shots. This is what I've learned in my interactions in my dating, is that when you notice it's happening, typically, the scenario I'm talking about that surrounds this happening is this is something that's new, so it's happening early on, over the course of weeks, months, something that's sort of confined to a good pace that you two are progressing with one another, and things are moving, things are getting hot, things are getting heavy. And of course, this block series is applicable for both men and women, but it's for the men. So I want to say, the epitome of this is she can't keep her hands off of you, and then all of a sudden she's sitting at the edge of your bed. That's a literal and figurative embodiment of the energy shift and the change in the dating scenario. And so when this happens, you're going to feel it, especially if you have a healthy reverence, respect, and love for yourself. You're going to feel it. And in my experience, some people may say, ask her what's going on and, try to see if something's wrong. And no, in my experience, just let it go, because a lot of times a woman will know that she's losing interest for you. She'll be having conversations within herself and she's questioning things about you. And through the course of this, her energy is changing. And she can't hide it because her energy is a manifestation of what's going on inside of her in terms of how she views you and how she feels toward you. And so when the energy shift happens, it's noticeable because your energy is still high, your interest is still high, and hers is waning. And if you really love yourself, why even try to figure out what's going on? Every time I've tried to figure things out, the woman will deny it. The woman will know that she's losing interest for you. But a lot of times she'll deny it because she's still weighing her options. She's still taking a hard look at you versus what is out there. And it's a selfish move, but it's just how a lot of women move. And it's no other way to get around it. So that's what you want to do is don't fire the warning shot. Don't let the woman know, I'm not feeling coming back to me what I'm giving to you. Like, it's just no point. because that energy shift, when it happens that early on in the interaction, typically is something that is not salvageable. And this is what happens, okay? A lot of times, when the energy shift happens and you fire the warning shot, meaning you ask her what's going on, she'll make up something and just to keep you there. And then, she'll make up an excuse. And then, if you're sticking around, it means you're buying the excuse, okay? And so when you buy the excuse, then things are going to continue to happen that supported your initial thought of how much this woman was into you. And typically, when a woman is really into you, she's making herself available. She's not requiring a bunch of dates and things and material possessions. When a woman is really into a man, the man is the gift to her. When a woman loses interest for a man, now what that man can offer her becomes the gift to her. And a lot of times, a woman will know that she's on borrowed time with you. That it's only a matter of time before she parts ways. She might be lining up another prospect, or just acknowledging that she's seen too much in you and she's just not as interested as she thought she was. Okay, this happens. But on the way out of the door, after you feel the energy shift, a lot of times she'll want a consolation prize for her time. Because when a woman values you, she values your presence and your presence alone. And anything outside of your presence is just extra. But when she loses that interest, then there must be some sort of gifts, cash, and prizes given to her to keep her there, because she feels like that she's more valuable than you at that point. She feels like your interest is higher than hers. So in essence, you owe her something. When you question whether she's into you, and when she begins to require things from you, she'll say things like, "Oh, didn't I tell you we were going to dinner today?" And you're like, "Huh? Where did that come from? I thought I was, coming over," or this. Like, it's certain things that they'll do when they're on their way out the door. There's a change in characteristics. She might be a little short with you. She might be making herself available to you less and less. But this is what happens when the energy shift takes place. And a lot of times when I stuck around for the energy shift, when I should have departed, I paid a penalty. But ultimately, I got out of there. And so, but you don't want to pay an unnecessary penalty and waste anything. When you feel the energy has shifted, do not fire a warning shot. Don't even ask her. Just acknowledge it and say, "Hey, we've probably run our course. We've probably spent the amount of time that we're supposed to spend in one another's life." Because in the beginning, there should not be any waning interest. In the beginning, everything should just be going up, 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 up. You all should desire, lust, care for, be engaged with each other more and more and more. And the desire is mutual. Like, it's just coming both ways. It's an explosion. It's a ride. It's an enjoyable ride. But when you see that energy shift, get out of there. Get out of there. Because the energy shift is a representation of she's already mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally checking out. And a lot of times, if you have to question her, then that shows that you're still fully committed, because you're feeling inequity, imbalance come from her, but you're trying to make it work. So that shows that you're more engaged in it than she is. And nothing good can come from this, I promise you. Nothing good can come from this. And it might be the other way around. Sometimes you spend a significant amount of time with a person and you begin to see a lot of unfavorable things in a short period of time. And you begin to question that person. Don't stick around for that either, because what I've seen is that what you see amplifies very quickly. And if a person just doesn't set right with you, then it's no point in trying to make it something that it's not. Even if this woman has given you an experience that in the beginning that a lot of other women have not given you. Once you begin to see things, and you're not seeing these things by accident. So when character is revealed and certain personality traits and mannerisms, things that don't mesh well with you, those things on that person are not going to change. So you want to do yourself a favor and just go ahead and get out of it. Go ahead and get out of it. But the most enjoyable interaction is when you are coming toward that person the same way that they are coming toward you. When when that person does not require things from you. When a woman requires things from you outside of yourself, especially in the beginning, it's her blatantly telling you that you are not enough. If you've ever had a woman be extremely into you, all she wants is you. That's all she wants is you. And I'm pretty sure you'll do some things for each other. You all will do things for each other, but it's not a focal point. It's just you two are into one another and are motivated to give your best. So by consequence of that, you're going to give things of monetary value in addition to your time and your presence and your energy and your focus. And that's one way to know that, aside from the energy shift, that the woman just really isn't that into you if she's requiring things outside of you in order to get and stay in her presence. Because believe me, there's a man that she has dealt with or she is currently dealing with that his presence is enough. It's a beautiful thing when two people just want one another in an equal space. And it's the most gratifying type of interaction with the woman is when you two have feelings and emotions and interests that are elevating at the same pace. And when that happens, you are the gift. You are the gift. And you're going to give her your best because she's not requiring things of you. She's inspiring. A man gives his best when he's inspired. Every man under the sound of my voice knows that this is true. If a woman is asking things of you, then your self-love is kicking in and saying, am I not enough? But when a woman is not asking anything of you, and she's being a consistent presence in your life that aligns with how you see yourself and the treatment that you would like to receive, you are now inspired and you're going to give her your best. So only deal with women who inspire you. But when that energy shift happens, get out of there. Just do yourself a favor and get out. Nothing good is coming after the energy shift goes in the wrong direction. Don't question her. Don't waste any more time. Just get out of there. Just acknowledge that it ran its course. And I promise you, this is a common occurrence in dating. And there have been women who, I fired that one. Every time I fire that warning shot, every time I say, hey, I'm starting to see, like, things started off hot and heavy. The interest was there. And then every time I had to fire a warning shot, there was nothing but waste that followed that. Every time I let a woman know, like, hey, something changed, you're not quite coming at me, like you were, or the same way that I'm coming at you. And I'm telling you this because I like you, because I don't stick around for inequity. I've, had to tell plenty of women I only do mutual interest and never say another word to them. But, that warning shot is a complete waste of time. Every woman I fired a warning shot with, the interest waned quickly. Whatever excuse they gave me was just a smokescreen so they could buy more time to maybe find somebody else or figure things out. It's selfish and, it's vindictive in its own way. And it's just wrong. So you have to love yourself enough to chart your exit as soon as the energy shift changes. And I can't say any more else about it. But once again, every time I followed a warning shot, it wasn't too long after that I got a concrete revelation based on a woman's actions that she just wasn't there with me anymore, the way I was with her. And of course, the self-love is a thing that allowed me to immediately exit the presence of that person. But self-love has to take you to the point that you do not stick around after you feel the inequity of the energy. When your energy and your attraction and your desire for this woman is growing and hers is waning. If you love yourself, learn to love yourself enough to not stick around for that. Learn to love yourself enough to let a woman know I'm thankful for the time that we spent together, but I believe our interaction has run its course. Love yourself. Self-love and self-awareness is what's going to allow you to remove yourself from the energy shift when it moves from attraction to distancing herself from you. If you've optimized yourself and become the best man that you can possibly be, and you're on that trajectory to always continue to improve yourself, you deserve the best. There's a woman out there who is interested in you. Every second that you spend with that woman whose interest is waning, you are robbing yourself of the experience of the woman whose interest will do nothing but accelerate. She will acknowledge and recognize the magnitude of the man that you are. Move toward that woman. This has been Matthew C. Horne, author, motivational speaker, and dating coach, bringing you a video tonight, once again titled Blocked Part 2, The Energy Shift in Dating. It's been brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at www.matthewchorne.com. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and once again, to help me to grow the movement. If this video has been of value to you tonight, and you feel like someone like me could be a good presence to help you to get the experiences that you want in the dating game, then don't hesitate to reach out to me for coaching. We can have a consultation and we can chart a path to get you to where you want to be. Email me at matthewchorne23@gmail.com. Also, if your thought processes have been elevated, if you've gotten clarity and revelation and any sort of breakthrough having encountered this message, please don't hesitate to donate. My donation information will be in the description. I look forward to bringing you some more videos very soon. This is Blocked. It originally was supposed to be a 3-part series. It has now evolved into a 4-part series. Tonight was part 2. I have part 3 coming at you very soon. I told you before, I'm bringing the videos to you back to back. When I say very soon, that's exactly what I mean. Blocked Part 2 tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. But Blocked Part 3. Oh yeah, I'm going to be going into re-engaging with women after you've parted ways. I want to tell you the reality of that. See you soon. Stay tuned in. And don't forget to love yourself and always choose yourself when the inequity is present.